And listen this. Of the 865, 378 said that they spend between 1 to 3 nights in a guest house, hotel, or Airbnb in Portland. 377. Another 200 said they spent one night. So we are looking at 577 persons staying in Airbnb in Portland. Now, that 500 odd persons, their stay ranges from about 10,000 a night to anywhere, can go up to all 300 US, depends on where they stay. Yeah? Now, my people, it is because Colin Bell is the person keeping the show why there's a problem. I am going to go now directly to the vendors, because on average, inside the venue, we have about 12 people doing jerk. Right? There's another 8 persons in the community that jerk on a jerk festival day. So we're talking about 20 vendors. About 20. Now, if you have 20 vendors selling an average of 300 pounds of pork, that is 20 times 300. Sorry, hold on. That equal to 600 pounds, 6,000 pounds of pork. So, if they're selling 6,000 pounds of pork at $3,000 a pound, you know how much money that? 300 pounds of pork, 20 vendors, average. And when we average it out, you understand some sell more, some sell less. Is $18 million that in a pork alone? That never happened last Sunday. If the same 20 vendors, I want you to follow me. If the same 20 vendors, each of them do 100 chicken.
The Grand Gala.
Yeah? So it's 20 vendors times 100 chicken. That is 2,000 chicken. Each chicken is cut into 4 quarters. So it's 2,000 times 4. So that's 8,000 quarter. 8,000 quarter times $1,000 per quarter. That's $8 million. And remember, that's just pork and chicken. That's $26 million worth of food. And we not go fish, we not go lobster, we not go soup, we not go reindeer. So it is easy to say that the official vendors, and I am using I am making sure to tell you about the official vendors first, because those of you would have been to Jerk Festival before would understand that on the roadside there's another 20 or 30 people vending. We not touch liquor yet. You have about 20 bars in the vicinity. So I'm saying to the people of Portland, I'm saying to the people that this morning, let me tell you that it is bad mind why you never have your big Jerk Festival that you normally have. On average, 10,000 people come to Portland on a Jerk Festival day. Not all 10,000 come through the turnstiles to watch the show. But on average, 10,000 people turn out on Jerk Festival day. You know why I decided to do this morning? Barbers have been calling me and saying to me that they felt it in their pockets, because normally they would cut 4 times or 5 times the amount a year they normally cut on the Jerk Festival weekend. Nail technicians are calling me, are speaking to other members of my team and saying that they felt it because nobody turned up to do nails for Jerk Festival. Hairdressers are calling. The Jerk Festival, the Boston Jerk Festival, is an event where people depend upon to make money for back to school. You know, I think it was last year, a lady died in the Boston community. Died maybe 4 weeks before the Jerk Festival, Chris. And they put off her burial till after Jerk Festival, because at Jerk Festival, the money I go make for bury her. And the politicians ensure that there were no Jerk Festival this year to spite me. It's me them do it for spite. But I want the people of Portland to understand that all who never make no money last weekend blame the people who you see out there calling say they want Boston Beach. They are the reason. Anybody you see out there, I say them want Boston Beach, is them make $60 million no spend in a Portland last weekend. I don't like come on here and talk about myself. But before every Jerk Festival day, I would have to spend millions. So they do it to hurt me, but I never had to spend millions this time. I kept my money in my pocket or staying at the bank. Millions. The other way that this is hurting Portland, when we do a Jerk Festival, Christopher, for at least 3 months, I am promoting Portland. Come to Portland for the Boston Jerk Festival. On local media, the budget for advertisement is like $2.6 million, $3 million, depending on how hard we go. Plus social media. What I normally do for a Jerk Festival, Reggae Girl, I fly go to the US. I'm going to put up posters in Miami. I put up posters in New York, North Carolina. I send posters go get Tony to put up at Toronto. Me give Fitzroy posters. Gary get posters to put up a New Jersey. We send posters to my mother to put up a London. That's how we promote the festival. So Portland, who nobody promotes, nobody else promotes, lost all that kind of promotion. And when people come to Portland for the Jerk Festival, a whole heap of them stay over. And when they stay over, I mean them stay over after the festival. People would normally spend a couple more days. Because remember, I said to you, 578 persons in 2023 said that their number one reason for coming to Portland and coming to Jamaica was for the Jerk Festival. But at the festival, we talked to 865 persons who came from abroad and came to the festival. Okay? So, when you hear some people talking about my Portland family or my East Portland family, use psychology upon you. I also want to say to you that be careful. No, it's phone. So I'll call you. Yeah, man. So I'll call you. Yeah, man. So when you see them doing what they are doing to me, I want you all to understand this. The day you open your mouth in resentment to them, they are going to do the same thing to you. So look and laugh. And those of you who are saying, because Shaka chat too much, we still have freedom of speech in this country. And listen, all who say Shaka chat too much, if they are saying Shaka too lie, that is where I would have a problem if they are saying Shaka too lie. But because I'm not telling no lie, I am going to keep on talking. But I warned the people of Jamaica when the ranking man from down at Olaba disrespected me. I said to you that him disrespecting me is him disrespecting every Jamaican. And you saw and you have heard him disrespecting people after people. I'm saying to the people of blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that carry forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for yet another Tuesday evening. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. Portland, if they're not out there saying Shaka too lie, or because Shaka lie, you have to be concerned. Because the day you see them doing something that you are upset with and you talk about it, you are going to be victimized. Mark my word. Ed boy, morning. Ease out. Ease out. Ease out. Ease out. Welcome, everybody. Share up the live them. Share up the live them. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Bro Gary Radio, Alexa, Bro Gary Radio at zenofm.net. Check it out. Of course, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm inviting you to subscribe to Portland Spice TV. And whenever we are on live, this program ought to be exclusive to Caribbean Radio HD, and Portland Spice TV. Yeah? Bro Network have exclusive rights to these programs. Yeah, man. So, want to welcome everybody this evening. Sumfest weekend and Vibes Cartel was crowned king of the dancehall, so they say. I have my views about that. Cartel is the biggest thing right now in the music. However, 1 year or 2 year popularity can't get the king of dancehall. And if you look at his catalog versus other people's catalog, I don't see Vibes Cartel as the king of dancehall right now. I see him as the most popular artist right now, the most demanded artist right now. Him a full stadium. All of that is true. He's carrying dancehall right now. But carrying dancehall for 1 or 2 years doesn't, in my opinion, give you the kingship. A stampede can happen at any event. Once you're an event promoter, if people start fighting in your event, that's nothing you can do. Yeah? What you do at an event of that magnitude is you try and have a lot of security on the inside, on the ground, that if anything flare up, them stop it right away. One of the arguments I am hearing is that a man go see him woman with our next man at the event and it causes problem. So we don't know for sure. Servant David, good evening. Brother Lee Croft Palmer, good evening. All the people in the chat room at Caribbean Radio, good evening to you all. So that's a sad thing at Sumfest. Now we heard the Prime Minister at Sumfest talking about building out a venue. Mr. Prime Minister is 9 years, almost 10 years. You have been in there. And since 2013, Damian Crawford came up with the idea of entertainment zone. And until last year, you guys have not done anything to really advance that plan of entertainment zone in Jamaica. So when it comes to entertainment, Mr. Prime Minister, you have failed us miserably. And one of the things I want Jamaicans to start looking at now, Australia has been here for a couple of days, merely a couple of weeks, but yeah, because they played a 5-day test match, didn't last 5 days, and then the 2 one-day international. Would love to hear what impact that had on the Jamaican economy, or we should say that have, because they are still here. They'll be playing their final T20 match tonight at Sabina Park. And then when we look at that, we can have an idea of what we lost when this government did not bid for any of the World Cup matches. So when it comes to sports and entertainment, this government has been a big failure in a very big way. I mean, a sector that can really drive the Jamaican economy, a sector that we can earn well-needed foreign exchange from. But this government have been blind when it comes to the culture and the creative industry. And I spoke to Dr. Deborah Ickling Gordon, the shadow minister of culture and the creative industry. She was rather kind to Sister Babsy, where I sit as it relates to the Ministry of Culture, of Sports, Entertainment. Babsy, I give you a 1 out of 10. The 1 is just for being there, saying that you are the minister. But in terms of work and in terms of results, which we judge people by, you have not really done anything to write home about as it relates to the culture and the creative industry, aka entertainment and sports. So this government has failed on that. Now, there is a saying that says, and I'm going to say it back way. Hold on for me, my brethren. I'm going to say the saying back way. Small minds discuss people. Average minds discuss events. And great minds discuss idea. So I realize there's a little man that have been discussing me. But I know you need help because you're lacking as it relates to the knowledge of politics. You're lacking as it relates to the historical facts about Jamaica. You're lacking as it relates to the historical facts about East Portland. So I have decided today, this evening, that I am going to give you a lesson on East Portland, what have been done, what have been done by the People's National Party, because I realize you might have an issue of Colin Bell and Colin Bell's support for the People's National Party. So, Carl, the youth, they will come here, come apologize for evening. Good morning. Yeah, because DP came over here Saturday morning and he offered an apology for an outburst that he had on my Saturday morning show. Not Saturday morning, the Saturday morning before. So he came Saturday morning to apologize with also some hypocrisy. If you're apologizing, not apologizing, but, you know. So we are saying that what we do over here, we teach. So call him somebody, name DP, call him to the front of the line. Because him said 30 years PNP have East Portland and has done nothing. So we want to school him, school him this evening. Before we go any further, we are going to school him. So I'm going to go back to this. Mark my word. Ed boy, morning. Hold on. I forget that we have a caller holding. Yeah, I'm not going to keep it no longer. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, blessing man. Yeah, I was last week. Saturday. I was making a point when I realized, like you said, like light or rain or something like that.
Yeah, we had a thunderstorm.
Okay.
Yes.
I was making a point that just to make 2 points about cricket. What has happened to cricket? How basically Babs the Great has basically failed the sports, and they should have moved her first of all, because if you're mind in the 80s and 70s and in the 90s, we run past your mind long time basically. So I mean, we need innovative person who love the sports and can push the sports more further, because there's no way you can have him in a T20 tournament playing all over in the Caribbean, but Jamaica, who have the most people, English speaking people,
never
cannot
bid.
play the game because there's no investment in the game.
We never bid for any of the
but
matches. We didn't bid. We never bid for any of the matches, bro.
Any of the matches. So basically, she failed us. She failed us
big
completely.
Time.
Yeah. My next point is that what I see the PMP is doing with the young people, especially the PMP YO and the Patriot. It's young people is this thing that change politics and the trajectory and stuff,
Yes.
So I think the young people in the university, they play a critical role in politics. So when them get lazy, that's when people don't vote, and that's when young people don't vote. But when you have these people in university, going into politics, it doesn't matter which side you want to choose, but going to politics, it make politics.
Caller? Hello? Hold on, Julian. It look like we lost. Caller, we lost you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, go ahead, man. Continue.
Yeah. So basically, we need to search out, even go more for the young people, because they are the future. And I have to say that without young people, the future will be blighted. That's why I say, the more young people die, the more the police kill young people, and the more young people kill each other, the future become dim. A country without young people, the future is not going to be bright. And every day we see young people are dying. It is not right, and the country is going to go down. But in my goal in life, we're trying to resurrect with this. That's the spirit of Michael Manley, trying to
Yes.
resurrect the young people and put them back on the right trajectory. That is very commendable. And I would encourage young people go into politics, man. Make go vote, go vote, and make nobody say, boy, not that you have to vote for. Go out, go vote, and you are the change. Your
All
vote
right, sir.
count.
All right, sir. I hear you. Respect and
Yeah, man.
thanks. Yeah, man.
Yeah, blessings.
Yeah, man.
Man.
So, I say, me need to school this youth here this evening. And I have never claimed to be the wealth of all knowledge. So, I call a brethren who been in the business long time. Julian, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fame.
How you doing?
Giving thanks tonight. Giving thanks. Rough, but giving thanks.
All right. So there is an argument out there that PNP run East Portland for 30 years and have done nothing.
Yeah.
What say you about that argument, Julian?
While the people say that PNP run East Portland for 18 years and don't do anything, or much years, and don't do anything, let us look on the backdrop from the. Let me start with the GLP. Remember, we at one point in time we had a minister of tourism from the GLP in East Portland. We had a minister and tourism start in Portland, yeah?
Yes.
Right. So, but let us move from that because the GLP have selective memory.
Yeah, and I didn't call you to talk about what GLP did not do or even what they did. Me want
hear.
But
the only people could have those narratives. They must be connected.
Yes,
but,
they are undoubtedly they are connected. But we now go waste no time on them and their selective memory or their lack of knowledge, because sometimes it is also a lack of knowledge, Sister Cynthia Thompson and Brother Water.
Yes.
So,
but let me go down the road at some of the things were happening in East Portland over time.
Yes.
Since the blessed Sam Lawrence came here, one of the first things he did was to concentrate. You know that a contractor was given a contract to improve the road in the valley. You see?
Yes.
And Mr. Lawrence went to Parliament and asked the people who would oversee contracts if they really can give a contractor who don't have even a shovel contract to develop a road. He did that, you know.
So,
but after what he did, he makes sure that they went to the army and get the army to go into Tom's Hope to develop all of the farm road in that year, because you know that banana was king here one time.
What year was that?
I can't remember the year, but it's fact. It's something that you can. So the army had a construction brigade.
Yes.
And that brigade moved into Tom's Hope because Tom's Hope was developing the highest quality banana in Jamaica.
What?
So
that was in the 90s, though.
That was in the 90s. Yes. But whether 90 or 80, we are talking about things that happen. If I can refresh your memory with some of the 80s.
No, man.
Coming from Hector's River, you see? We had the expansion at the Happy Grove High School. Some dams were put in. The Packy River water system was developed.
You mean some houses for teachers was put in at Happy Grove?
And classroom.
Right, and classroom. Houses, yes.
And classroom.
And that was done under Sam Lawrence?
Under Sam Lawrence. And
Yes.
classroom.
And classroom.
And classroom. And classroom.
Norms for teachers.
Dance for teachers and classroom. We have the development of the Paki River water system. We have the Long Bay housing scheme coming down the road. Reach Falls. The road to Reach was literally impossible. That time when you want to go to Reach, you have to stop at if you have a good vehicle, you stop at the cross and get something go up there. And that road was developed from Reach Crossing right through to Hardport because the tourists go on the back road to do some scenery and take pictures in the morning. And the Reach Falls was also developed.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you come down to Long Bay, the Nicholas Hill housing scheme.
Hold on, Julian. You mentioned Long Bay housing scheme a while ago. Is it the housing scheme at Mansion Hill you're talking about?
No. Before that, the housing scheme in Mansion Hill came under Father Rad.
Oh, so
Darling for the housing scheme came under Father Rad scheme that.
Yeah. So
right?
which part of the scheme there Long Bay?
Yes.
Long Bay housing scheme. Which part of that?
The scheme, yes. Sam acquired those lands and Rad complete.
You're talking that I call it Fair Prospect. You call it Long Bay.
Yeah, Fair Prospect. Yes.
Right.
Sam acquired those lands and Son Rad finished complete that housing project.
Yeah.
It is right to National Housing Trust.
I am trying to remember though if that housing scheme was finished under Bloomfield. That's what I remember.
No, it started under Rad. Remember, it's a built and own scheme, you know.
Right.
So it started under Rad and get advanced with Bloomfield.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes. So, yeah. But we're talking about things with PNP, though. Eh?
Yes. Continue.
Right. So you have that. One of the sad things, the Fair Prospect Primary School, some lands were acquired out there to build a new primary school.
Yeah.
And the JLP, after Bloomfield lost, the chairman of the board and the principal.
After
Bloomfield lost his life.
Oh, lost his life because Bloomfield never lose the election. Right. After Bloomfield was murdered.
After Bloomfield was murdered, right? Yeah. The chairman of the school board and the principal was on their way to the signing of a contract for a new primary school. And on their way, they were advised that the ceremony would not take place. And up until now, nobody can tell us what happened to that school. So we should have a brand new school. Then later down, the GLP come with some container, come fitted out there, a donation from the Japanese government.
So you're saying that the GLP took away that school from out of Fair Prospect?
The
primary school?
Totally.
Where was it supposed to be built?
This you see when you pass that the Fair Prospect housing scheme and come up where the hardware is.
Yeah.
Behind the hardware. The land is there.
Yes.
We don't know if somebody buy it.
Somebody might come back line by now based on what going with lands around here.
Yeah, right. So but that's a fact. Well, you come down the road. Let me come down the road. A brand new school was built in Boston.
Yes. That is still there, shiny and new.
A brand new school was built in Boston.
I would build that. Rad build that, no?
No, Sam did that.
A Sam build that? No, Julian.
Sam did. Eh?
You sure?
You can't go get them. You can't research the facts. And me move the tractor will clear the land there and me move it car out of Natabia where the Harry Douglas school built out of Natabia.
So you're saying that school is Sam Lawrence, but Rod finished because as you mentioned that school, there's a classroom on that school that Bosa was trying to do. And
Same one.
In 2003, we gave money from the Jerk Festival to finish that classroom.
I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that. Yes. So
all right. So that's a brand new school. Continue.
Brand new school. And don't forget the development of Boston Beach where the GLP have fight.
That's Bloomfield. Bloomfield got that done.
Right. Bloomfield got that done.
Yes.
Right? The road from Zanil through to Nonsuch was totally resurfaced under Sam Lawrence, right through to so
may I watch him nuts?
Eh?
No, Natalie saying what happened to Spice Grove scheme. The one that the one that you live in and the first piece of land I bought in my life.
It look like it's so much. The original scheme was done. That was the first scheme.
Fury housing scheme.
The Fury done by Ken Wright.
Ken Wright do that.
Then the one that I live on.
Yes.
Sam do that. And there's a 15 lot behind that Bloomfield did.
But that if Sam do it, Sam might plan it, but a rod end up distribute it.
Right.
Because I get my lot in that scheme. My first piece of land me buy.
Rod finished to execute that.
Yes.
Then you look here. Even in that scheme, there's a lot for community space for the community, and the MP for 9 years, and I don't think the MP know that it exists.
Well, they're not going to ask no question, and like the labor rights say, not do, so they would even know say it did it because in a feed them head not do.
Right. The upgrading.
Wait, what that go producer?
Look here.
Hold on. Hello. The producer is saying that it's best if we don't tell them that piece of land exists in the Spice Grove scheme because they might want to take you away too.
Look here. There is so much.
No man, but we are talking the thing, Julian. So
yes,
who put
yes.
in
So
the water system?
After you leave the scheme that I live in, we also did the upgrade. UDC did the upgrade at the Fairhill Community Center and Playfield,
Yes.
The community center at Castle.
Yes.
Dr. Lindsay Bloomfield also upgrade and refurbish that center also, We're just talking about some basic things.
Yeah, man, but the people ought to know because there is this argument that 30 years of PNP, nothing was done in East Portland.
Look here. Them just attack because we can write a book.
No man, but talk, no, Julian. What my Commodores? What did anything take place at Commodore?
No, the Commodore not major done a Commodore. GSF did some improvement at the road in a Commodore under Dr. Bloomfield.
All right, so we still come back to Fairhill.
But then
come back to Fairhill now.
Come back to Fairhill. The road to Winifred was refurbished under the leadership of Bloomfield.
Yes.
That road was under the leadership of Bloomfield.
All right.
Then
Julian, let me help you out here because there used to be a common thing in Fairhill where every year Fairhill people used to block the road for water. When did that well come in at Fairhill?
Say that again.
Every year, the people in Fairhill used to block the road for water. Who sorted that out?
That was sorted out under Dr. Dr. Rod.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
Even though the water salt.
Yeah, but we have water. It's salt, but we can. Yeah.
Constant
that was
water.
Sorted out with Dr. Rod and get put in a new pump and all of that. What the GLP been promising for 20 years is the reopening of Dragon Bay. And since Dragon Bay closed, the only thing happening down there is the filming of a homosexual movie.
Tell her. Anyway, we are talking about what PNP though. Let's continue.
Right.
So we deal with the two water supply we have mentioned so far, Paki River and the well at Zion Hill.
Right. But then when you get down to Drapers, the GLP I think did 15 hours at Drapers, and the PNP do 60 at up at the top. Right?
Yes.
So when you come to house, that's what they're doing at the parish. But then you come to the big Port Antonio.
Yes.
The water and the drainage water and sewer system, nothing can be bigger than that, you know. And that fun.
Your background getting noisy, Julian. Your background getting noisy.
That country member of parliament, it comes on something up to Bloomfield.
Julian.
And when the GLP then get there,
your background getting very noisy. Don't know if you have changed location, but your background get very noisy.
Yeah, it's a vehicle apart, so I move away from it.
All right, come back now. You're clean again, yeah.
Yeah, so when you get into anchovy, Lord have mercy. You get into anchovy.
Anchovy housing scheme. Who do that?
Anchovy housing scheme. And the anchovy land settlement.
Yes.
That started with Dr. Rod. Not Dr. Rod, with Father Rod.
Yeah.
It come to Sam Lawrence because there was some lots there still. And some come and get them executed and make people get them to live in that. They took around to where the biggest part of the scheme is actually Lane.
Yes.
Those were literally impossible. Between Bloomfield and Rod do so much improvement to those roads that people can live there. Come on, man. The water drainage and sewer system in Port Antonio.
Yeah.
All of that done under the People's National Party, starting with Sam Lawrence. Those are big projects. Paisley Garden, the development of the Paisley Garden land for housing for the ordinary man. You know, so one time poor people never believe they can live a Paisley Garden.
Them poor people live a Paisley Garden all now?
Yeah, man. You know, only for poor people who live up a Paisley Garden nights, man.
What about the Teachers College? Huh? Who built the Teachers College?
All right, look here. The Teachers College was done with Rod as member of parliament.
Daddy Rod or son Rod?
Daddy Rod.
Oh, okay.
Daddy Rod do that. But here what happened now. Under Sam Lawrence, there wasn't any boy dam over there, you know.
Uncle Girls?
There was yes, and then under Sam Lawrence, they did have major expansion with a girl dam, and they put in a lot of infrastructure. GLP people don't know what they're talking about.
On, Julian, stop talking about labor right now, man. We could talk about what PNP doing at Eastport.
Yes.
What about the agriculture college? Who built the agriculture college?
The agriculture college was built by the People's National Party, starting with Father Rod, and a lot of expansion done when Sam Lawrence come to because Sam was chairman of a member of the board, and then he become a member of parliament.
So he do some whole work over there.
Didn't do a whole heap of work because somebody who believe in he's a JSA student, you know.
Yeah.
So it's somebody who believe in agriculture.
What about?
I don't only man here stand up in a parliament and tell the minister at the time. So the price is file a machine too dear, you know.
What about the Boundbrook Wharf?
Brown Book Wharf, all of that expansion was done under Sam Lawrence because what they wanted to get to was to do the wharf for banana, and they would be importing and exporting things. You know that one time they were shipping aggregate from Brown Book Wharf?
Okay. What about
Yeah,
the
people of Burlington used to export aggregate there.
And it still happen every now and again. What about the Kenwright Pier?
Oh my God. That project started with some completed under Donald. But
What about the Mega Yacht Marina?
All of that done under the People's National Party.
What about the boatyard and the lift that take out yacht out of the water bomb?
All of that done under between Rod and Dr. Bloomfield. All of that. Because the last part of the project was done under Bloomfield. But one of the major things, is that sewer system,
Hold on, man. Sure, man. You miss out the thing them so.
Okay.
So what about Kenwright Primary School? Who built that?
That's done by People's National Party.
Who built
Kenwright
Who built the clinical fellowship?
No, before the clinical Smart Road.
Who built the clinical Smart Road?
The People's National Party that done under thing and started with Kenner Father Rod and finished during some time.
And
the fellowship clinic.
Sam built the fellowship clinic too.
So, no, Father Rod did the clinic, and there was a Dutch project. We remember when the Siaga had the Dutch people them here planting auto palm until the people them said to chop down the banana them and plant auto palm. You remember that story?
I want the auto palm again, brother.
Auto palm are some tree will look like palm tree, but in some countries they eat the heart. So the people who used to plant banana, and tell them to cut down the banana they and plant auto palm. A good thing people they never follow in.
Sister Tanya, you ever hear this? I never know that one, Julia, that one knew this evening, the auto palm.
Yeah, man. They know something there. That him get the nickname from auto palm, man.
Who got that the nickname? Siaga?
Yeah, man. Auto palm Siaga did name,
We never do that, man. So
yeah, man.
Broderick school up at Bellevue.
That school built by Ellis under Father Rod. Bellevue School built by Ellis, Father Rod. Ellis are the contractor.
No,
yeah, man.
No, tell me something, Julian. Tell me something. The whole aspect of the sewage drainage and water project.
Before you got that, there was no living here for the people who the nurses at the hospital,
Oh, the nurses' quarters.
Nurses' quarters was done by Sam Lawrence. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
There you
no, they didn't have anywhere to live. They couldn't retain nurse. But why you don't retain nurse at a clinic?
No, Julian.
The clinic, the clinic, there's a clinic at Black Rock, you see?
Yes.
When it was built with the Priest Lands River Bridge, the both of them built the same time.
The clinic and the Priest Lands River Bridge.
Yes, but when that clinic was built, all of the mothers in the area would go there to have babies.
Used to have baby at the clinic at Priest Lands River?
At Fair Prospect, yes, it's a maternity clinic. People used to go there and stay over and have them babies and go back to them community.
So I'm to that.
All of that scrap. The GLP scrap that 1980.
What about the dental clinic, Julian?
Huh?
There's a dental clinic out of Park School. What about that?
All of those things was put in place by the People's National Party. So, all of that. We're owned by Park School.
Yes.
Yes, that all of that built by that clinic was built by Father Rod.
So one
Yeah.
scheme, not a fellowship too. Who build the scheme of fellowship?
GLP only did mostly 15 or 20 hours out of Drapers. The scheme, no, a lie, may I tell. When you're just going up the hill,
Yeah.
there's a few houses on your left hand going up where the GLP do about 10 or 15 houses. So.
Which part? Fellowship or Drapers?
Fellowship.
Yeah.
But the bigger scheme on the top was done by the PNP.
Oh,
Yeah,
so in all, the GLP might have built about 30 houses in Portland for all the years.
It can more than that. It can more than that. But them always try to distort things.
But I want to say to the listeners and viewers, we're not really talking much about roads because road, light, and water are basic amenities. But of course, there were some major water project done by the PNP, and the last water project was done is the sewage drainage and water project where they put in some new wells at Berrydale.
So they commissioned those wells yet?
Yeah, man, they have been commissioned.
Okay.
But more was supposed to be done that has not been done.
Okay.
So, all in all, Julian, you are saying that we might not have gotten all that we want in the 30 years.
And no human being will get all they want in them lifetime.
But didn't the PNP put a new block down at Port Anthony High School too?
Of course.
That new block over where we have meetings sometime now.
Of course. That
was done on Rod.
Yeah. That's on the Rod, yeah. Yeah. A whole heap of happenings.
Tell me something, though. Tell me something. That whole foreshore road development. Because round where they have
Look here. All right. Let me tell you about foreshore road.
Yeah.
When Sam came, every taxi parked in front of the market. Everybody, the jerk man them from Boston, the taxi, the bus, Kayson bus, every bus park.
Mail bus, Gabby bus, Kang bus.
Every bus park right in front of the market.
You know what I can remember about that area, Julian? When you stand up over market side and Kang bus come down and grow on the square, you know. You could have caught every spring underneath it when he lean, you know. Especially little one where Sheppy used to drive.
And the driver don't know the danger.
Me say, when them bus they lean me people, you can stand up on one side and see everything under the bus. It lean
loaded with the passenger and loaded
on top.
Yeah.
My God, when they when they used to grow on that square.
Right. So the vision to that now come from Sam Larry.
Yeah.
And you know, suppose me tell you something. You know, said the day he decided that the people have to move to Foreshore Road. The people at that demonstration because they just couldn't see what he was saying.
But not dump up, not dump round this or dump up. No see them dump up round this.
They dump the sea. But that's the only way we ever get space in a Port Antonio, you know, is to dump somewhere of that. That's the only way it's going to happen. We don't have nowhere to get no space. I don't know where when they cut the ribbon for the bypass, we don't know where it's going to go.
Sister Jet is talking about Buff Bay Hospital. The GLP closed Buff Bay Hospital, Sister Jet. And the Buff Bay Hospital was closed and the money transferred to Cornwall Regional that they're also robbing a portion of money off now. So, Julian, is a whole heap of things, and I'm sure that we have not touched on all the things.
Well, there's a whole heap, because when you go, one of the things that the PNP did, you know, during that period, you know, is to restore some hope to the people by reviving agriculture in the valley, you know.
Yes.
Because agriculture, as me tell you, see, I got the jelly banana, so we cut down the banana and plant out of farm. You can research it because I know you're a research man.
Yeah, we definitely going to look up that because I can't remember I've ever hearing about that before. Cut down the banana and plant out of palm.
Out of palm, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Out of palm, well, yes.
Julian, go ahead if you have something more to tell us.
Yeah, man. So,
what about the new tax office? Because there's a building behind the old tax office that was done too. I can remember that.
That the tax office was done during Bloomfield time.
That's so recent that. That's recent.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We remember when it was happening, and we are post Bloomfield to go over the go look what go on. Because him just believe say it must just happen, man. That's normal, you
But
understand?
you see, Bloomfield was a humanitarian. Them
Yeah,
people
yeah.
you know if you're not green, you can't get no work over the Bloomfield. Get it started. And once it started, it's gonna be finished Bloomfield, no business who are work.
No, I'm not telling about that. I'm telling you that because I was close to him and him was just a humanitarian, you know.
Him not
And
play them game there.
no, that's it's just sad. It's just sad. But there is so much was done, you know, that has been
Somebody
done
is saying
because
to us, Ashley Cook is saying, is this Ashman Cook? No, not Ashman. Audrey Cook is saying that some addition was also done to the Teachfield High School.
yeah, man. Yes. Yes, because country becomes this school because Teachfield is where we used to have our major meetings, you know. So and Mr. Lawrence's son was a student there, so he had the obligation to do some work there.
So whole heap of work was done on the Teachfield High School.
As I said to you, that one of the major things that happened during our time is that agriculture was a focus, and because that's what give. I tell people all the while, you know.
But hold on, Julian, we don't talk about
when you have 21 factory in a center, man. But the people in a Portland would have no factory live a better life because they had they do their own thing, them plan them thing, and they earn from agriculture, and them always live a better life. Yeah, man.
We not talk about Norwich Heights, Julian. That's the biggest housing scheme in the parish.
94 acre. We are drive past one Friday.
Yeah.
And Mr. Lawrence see the piece of land and start inquire about the land.
Yes.
And then him call up Dexter, ask Dexter what is, and Dexter says government land.
Yes.
And him said about government land can't see I like this man.
Yeah.
And him pass it over onto Dexter and him do the groundwork.
Yes.
And pass it over to Dexter. Dexter farm a group and they take it over and look at the amount of houses up there now.
So Blazer, Norwich Heights Blazer, 440 lots. All of them sell.
Everyone.
And when those lots, when the lots were allocated, every one of them road up the sudden pave, you know.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know that. Every single road at Norwich Heights was paved. But the people made a decision because I remember, because my wife got a lot up there.
Yeah.
Yeah? And every one of the road was paved. And in a meeting, they were asked, the people was asked, do you want us to go in and put in proper barber green and sell you the lots a little dearer? Or we can put on the tar and grit and sell you the lot a little cheaper? The people them said they want it cheaper. And that's and it's because of the massive amount of construction that was taking place all at once up there. I saw the road they mash up, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I saw the road they mash up on Norwich Heights.
But people have to understand and people some of the things some of the people refuse from.
Julian, the PNP also take out all asbestos pipe that was running the town. You remember that too?
No, all asbestos would come in from Snow Hill. They take out all of them, all asbestos pipe because you remember Dr. Minot.
Yes, Dennis Minot.
Dr. Minot was big on it and wouldn't leave it until it was done.
Yes.
Yes.
At that time, the Dr. Minot was a labourite, no?
Dr. Minot was a labourite, but him find the true party to be a part of.
Yes,
but him was on it.
And the truth is the asbestos was not good for our people.
Right. It wasn't good. But him was living on it until they remove all the asbestos pipe. Yeah. But we don't have nothing to shame about our in this constituency. And we must remind you I must remind you that we had to Anthony Abraham as Minister of Tourism, and then we had Ken Jones as Minister of Finance coming from the GLP.
I'm not Ken Jones as the finance minister. HD Alan, you know.
It's Alan.
Alan won as an independent, and
So,
then him crossed the floor, go to the
right.
GLP and became Minister of
GLP.
Finance.
Then he was Minister of Finance.
A lot of
Right.
people don't know that the GLP almost ran this constituency for nearly 30 years, you know.
So, of course.
A lot of people don't remember that. I
Mm.
bet you DP never know that.
DP convenient with him believe.
And well, I think it's a lack of knowledge and the unwillingness to seek the knowledge.
In the round you so long, if indeed one know him, would I know?
Well,
oh, you know,
because I am interested in finding the truth. Some people is just interested in coining a narrative, no matter if it's truth or a lie. But Julian, we're gonna talk again here.
No problem. I'm available whenever.
Blessings, man.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that we talk about that has been done in, and it's just East Portland we are talking about, you know, we're not even talking about the entire Portland, because Jigs have a whole heap on their belt. But it's East Portland we are talking about this evening, telling the people of the achievements of the People's National Party. A lot of people in Port Antonio still don't know that we have a boatyard, that yachts are repaired there. We have a lift where we use to take them out of the water. So it's a lot of things. Anyway, let me open the phone lines because there are some things that we want to talk about. I hear a man say I'm not afraid of gunshot. Me want to see which human being not afraid of gunshot. Is what make you boss? What make you that you come on a national political stage and say you're not afraid of gunshot? What we are doing here is we are educating the people. So, a glimpsing on something in the chat room. Top girl Michelle, go educate yourself and stop talk foolishness. Question who bring in phone that you're using now. NHT and all the schools built that you want to. No, you see the phone thing? Is that thing where a whole heap of people are try sidestep and don't want to give Philip Paul well him roses. 2036 is how long the monopoly that Cable and Wireless had in Jamaica. Telephone company of Jamaica under Cable and Wireless had. Philip Paulwell and PJ Patterson broke that spell. Is PJ Patterson start allow used car to come at Jamaica, that the average man could have owned a car in Jamaica? Yeah? The National Housing Trust is Michael Manley's baby. Yeah? It's PJ Patterson and Dr. Peter Phillips started the JUTC when we had chaos in the transportation system in Jamaica. And when those yellow bus came, labor rights used to call them chichi bus and used to stone them. And I am of the opinion that it's labor rights who are organizing the stoning of the buses right now to get a little headline. Think me no know, no? No dangerous. Look at the areas in which the buses are being stoned. Look on it. It's a dangerous thing. Trying to destroy what our money buy. It is under PGA Patterson, the TEF started the tourism enhancement fund to develop tourism area. That fund, and the same way we are now talking about an agriculture development fund, where we are going to be saying that money coming off of some of the duties that we charge, some of the import duties on food, we are going to use them there for help our farmers develop an agriculture development fund that we can start feeding ourselves. because the UN says 55% of Jamaicans are facing food insecurity. And we're going to do that and grow the economy. 876-804-7072. That is the number to call. And if you are overseas watching, listening on Caribbean Radio HD, 305-654-7944. Those are the numbers to call. So the man said, I'm not afraid of gunshot. But also, enter schoolboy.
Teacher.
Wagwan, brother.
I am good, brother. How are you?
With there, I remind the people of some of the things that the PNP have done in East Portland.
I enjoy the discussion with Brother Julian.
Yes, man.
Please tell Brother Julian I need to have some conversation with him because this was how I learned, Colin.
Yes.
By sitting at the elder statesmen and comrades before us who know.
Hold on, you hear the man say Norwich Heights came about? Drive them and drive past.
But you have
MP.
been talking about it. You've been saying it, and we know you weren't lying. So we're glad somebody who lived the experience and was there, could tell us exactly how it came about.
Exactly.
And now Mrs. Vaz want to come take credit, right?
No, I am realizing that this lady is a lady who loves to take credit for things that she don't do. Because when you see her dance, when you see her dance on the Southern Coastal Highway, that's shameless. She don't have nothing to do with that. The road there
had envisioned to be way better than what it was because the Southern Coast Highway would have gone through Fellowship Division.
Dread, remember, Dr. Bloomfield, the same Julian we just did attack. Dr. Bloomfield, Julian, Wayne Mackenzie, Dexter Rowland, Benny White. We all march from Fairy Hill, come up Port Antonio.
For the road, I remember.
That road,
I remember. No, I remember it like yesterday. And I think
it was the week after that they murder Bloomfield.
Larry Roberts was a part of that march too. Yeah, I remember the march. Hold on,
let me help somebody. JUTC started with all brand new bus. JUTC never buy a used bus yet. There's a listener on TikTok. I mean, like the young people end up on TikTok, so I have to tell you no. Every bus, even now, every bus will come for JUTC, a brand new bus. And that's why I say, Darrell Vaz disrespect country people when he buy whole bus, done bus, country people. Yeah, disrespect when you buy new bus for JUTC.
But Colin, I can tell people I remembered when the JUTC started. I'm not going to give me age, but I was at primary school. Yeah? In fact, I was going to Denham Town Primary School. You hear the school? Denham Town. That's when I grew up in Kingston, because I grew up in Kingston. And I used to leave Southwest.
Ed boy, my producer was just reminding me that the march, who organized the march, Ed boy? Me organized the march there. The march was my idea.
So but me just got to ask you if you forget.
And the idea came from Rod was in power when Rod did it, and Rod never want to do it,
I remember the energy around the march too was coming out of what was happening at the beach where they made a try, Winifred. Right?
Yeah, and then St. Thomas, even James Roberts was protesting about the road,
Yeah, I am saying nothing with politics and I have nothing to do with politics.
The new road.
So when you hear them, let me tell you now, the JLP has, you see, Darrell Vaz accused people of bad mind. Let's say you want to accuse people of being bad mind. Let's say you want to accuse us of that. One thing I can accuse us of being is a hypocrite. Yeah?
Yes.
The PNP has never changed its position in terms of what was supposed to happen with that Southern Coastal Highway project. Yeah? Never changed.
Hold on. Somebody's asking me on TikTok. So do you think your narrative about coastal buses are better than the safe old buses? Yes.
Safe.
It's not a narrative.
Colin, not even go further. Once you put the word safe and old, then you know that something is wrong. They can't go together. Huh?
But let me just say to this person, and let me say this. The coastal buses have proven that they are the best buses for Jamaica. They have been here the longest, and they have survived the batteration more than any other bus that has come to Jamaica. I challenge you on that. Hold on the head boy, hold on. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, bro.
Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, I am not really from Portland.
Yeah.
So I am really from Jamaica. Spend most
Hold
of
on
my
for me,
time.
caller. Hold on. Let me just remind everybody that you're listening to Caribbean Radio HD. Bro Geary Radio. Big up on yourself, everybody, on Caribbean Radio. And we're coming to you
Yeah.
live from the studios of Portland Spice TV, from the capital town of Port Antonio, Jamaica, West Indies. So wherever you're around the world right now, you are connected to Port Antonio, Portland, Jamaica. Continue, caller.
Yes, as I say, I'm not really from Portland. I've spent most of the time in St. Andrew. Come to Portland because it is near and I like Portland. You understand?
Yes.
And what I would say, I listen because I listen to everybody. I would say mainly like a PNP. You defend mainly the PNP policy, right?
I am a member of the People's National Party, my brother. I've never hide my connection.
Yeah,
I am connected to the People's National Party.
And nothing is wrong with that because, life is about choices.
Yes.
The only problem I have personally is that I am not really a fan personally of the PNP policy. Understand?
Okay.
That is me. And I'm going to tell you why personally.
Yeah.
My personal experience, in my view, and a lot of people view, the PNP spend a lot of time trying to win election more than try to fix Jamaica. That is my view. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. I am 54 years old. And I remember I can remember vividly the Michael Manley policy, which people glory about. I believe it was very backward because I remember when Food married and it was really under Michael Manley, and that was
Hold on. Let me help you there because you see there's context to everything.
Yes, that's true.
No government in power would want to marry Food.
Yes, I agree with that.
And understand this. When the Food was married,
yes,
it was caused by the United States meddling in Jamaica's business. So the CIA came in with that strategy. It wasn't even... hold on, let me just finish. It wasn't even Siaga's strategy. It was the CIA strategy to get to the big distributors of food and make them lock down the food. So when Michael Manley and the PNP were saying, stand firm, GLP says, stand firm and eat worm. So right after the election finished in 1980, food was released. So the food was the people were being starved, and that is one of the reasons why I could never join the Labour Party, because they were willing to starve Jamaicans, so as to win the election. And that's how the whole marriage of food came in. All PNT have to buy if you get flour, remember. Me remember.
I remember clearly, but I am saying, it was definitely poor policy and poor decision on the PNP because they choose a route that was called democratic socialism, which American did not know time they're going to be in agreement. And they say it wasn't even a Siaga problem, It was a CIA problem.
Right. It was a CIA plan, not problem. It was a CIA plan. But it wasn't just the democratic socialism. It was our relationship with Fidel Castro and Cuba.
Yes.
Because America wanted to tell us that you can't be friends with Cuba. Michael Manley says, I will not go around the world walking on my knees. I will go around the world walking on my feet. You can't tell me who should be my friends. And yes, we suffered because of that decision. But it wasn't a policy. It wasn't the policy of the PNP why Food married. It was the sabotage of the GLP who colluded with the CIA, with the government of America, because it was the same time in the Cold War when Russia was about to put missiles in Cuba. So you have to remember the whole thing and the whole context and understand Michael Manley was being sabotaged.
Yes. Well, listen, when I say policy, it means the decision that the stand or the decision that the government take at the time.
Yeah.
They take a stand to go more I don't know if I want to say a more east and more mid-east, a more eastern direction than go western direction with aligned with America. So because of that, America say, all right, like what they are doing now, like what Donald Trump is doing now, say, all right, we are going to embargo some country and you have to pay 50% to get in the thing or third. And that is American way of getting to people.
Right. So Jamaica came under pressure. Jamaica came under pressure because we wouldn't bow to America.
Yes.
So,
and what I am saying is, see, my problem again with the PNP and
caller. Yeah. Sorry, maybe you'll get your 5 minutes. Ed boy is still on the phone, so I need to go back to Ed boy. But just give me your final. You say you have a final thing. Go with it.
My problem is the PNP has never grown the economy of Jamaica. Never.
That is not true. Let me say this to you. You have a right to your own opinion.
Yes.
But you don't have a right to your own facts. Here is a piece of facts that I want you to go research. The last time that the Jamaican economy grew by 3% was under the PNP.
You sure it was not under Edward Seago? Research it again.
I am saying
I'm
to you.
I'm going to research it. I'm going to research and call you back.
Hold on. And hear this. The last time the country grew by 3% was 2006, 2007 under the PNP. Right?
And how much it grew under Edward Seago?
Hold on. Man, I'm going to tell you something. In 1980, the country's GDP was 62%.
Yes, sir.
In 1980. In 1989, our GDP shot up to 263%. So under Seaga, our GDP, debt to GDP, increased by over 200%. Yeah?
Okay.
So when the PNP came back in power in 1989, 2007, when we lost the election, our debt to GDP came down to 113%. And that was the last time the country grew by over 3%. We have not been able to even get to 3% since that time. So to say the PNP don't grow the economy is not just an opinion, it's a lie.
No, it's a fact. Because listen, I remember under PNP, all I could hear is no growth, zero growth, the mimic growth.
No.
That's when I really learned those terminology.
You never hear no growth. You hear 1% and 2%.
And zero and mimic.
And 3%.
And mimic.
But
that's when I learned those terms.
Hold on. But what happened under this government since 2016? What are the growth rates since 2016? Tell me.
All right. The growth rate, you see, what I am looking at this government, why I rate this government out of all the government, what they do in terms of job, because growth can be a terminal. What they do in terms of getting job at 3%, that has never happened.
My brother,
no,
brother, let me say this to you.
Yes,
right now, there is over 600,000 persons in Jamaica who should be in the working field that is not seeking a job. They don't count those. Are you aware that's how they do it?
No, but listen, if you are not seeking, I can't count you in anything that is common sense.
No, but
if you are not seeking, how much I count you?
But hold on. So we have an unemployment rate of 3.3%, right?
Yes, and that is facts.
That is a fact. However, these people, most of these people who are working, some of them are wiping car glass window. Are you aware of that? Some of them, over 200,000 of them are working with Mr. Chin. They are working minimum wage. Are you aware of that? Minimum wage.
And nothing is wrong with that. You are working. But listen.
Let me tell you what is wrong with it.
I want to tell you something. Let me tell you something. I do a little sports, right? I do a little sports. I work with a school, right? And we need some gears. We need some gears to participate in our competition. You understand? And I decide, say, I go and sell some sweet and ice cream. Just to help to buy something, right? And in one day I make $10,000 profit. No, that and I could buy gears out of it and support the team to go to different meets. And people would consider that as being a no job, and I was like even surprised.
But
so I am saying that.
Go ahead, say what you're saying. You're saying what?
Yeah, so I am saying that. Yes, a man may be working with Mr. Chin. What is minimum wage now? 15,000? I'm not sure. Something 16, like that, right?
16,000.
Yes.
16.
So you're getting 16,000 is nothing much. But you see, sometimes the tip and all they find, and what we need to do is to get these people a little more qualified. That's why I don't see I go build art, to get them a little bit more marketable, because I guess every country in the world has people that work at a low scale.
Caller,
Yeah.
I have you on for over 10 minutes, but here me I said to you.
Yes.
You say you rate this government, but since they've been in power in 2016, when they came in power, they met an economic foundation that was so solid that they promised us.
No, it wasn't solid. It wasn't solid. It can't be solid, and you get a GDP at 116. It can't be solid. You get poverty at 16%. It can't be solid.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Listen to me I said to you. Because as I said a while ago, you have a right to your own opinion, but you don't have that right to your own facts. Facts are facts.
No,
but listen to me.
No, but the facts may give you.
Listen to me I said to you. Hold on. In 2016, when Andrew Holness came to power, did he say to the country that he was going to grow the economy by 5% in 4 years?
Yes.
How far did he get? Did he grow the economy by 5% in that 4 years?
No.
How much him grow it by?
No government has ever done that.
Hold on, man. How much him grow it by?
Me here 2, 3, 1, different.
Hello? As me say again, your own opinion is fine. Your own facts, not allowed. This government has never gotten to 2% from them being in power. Never gotten to 2% growth. Are you aware? Hold on. Are you aware that last year, 2024, we had 3/4 of decline in the economy?
Yeah, personal like that, because the JP have the longest growth spurt ever consistently. So yes, we have a decline, because at some time we expect it to balloon out, like every other economy.
My brother, may I have you over 10 minutes, so a little more.
Yeah.
Head boy, sorry about that.
Hey, brother.
Sorry about that. But you see,
no,
when,
man,
when
I glad what you had to. I want people to understand that.
When we hold them, man, with them misconception, we have to
straighten
them out.
We have to beat it out of them.
We have to straighten them out, because it's pure misconception him have. You understand what I say?
Let me tell you something. The man I go say, and I'm glad you tell him, the last time Jamaica economy grew at that level, you know, was the Prime Minister? Portia is in 2006, 2007.
Yes.
Do you know when Portia became Prime Minister in 2006, foreign direct investment in Jamaica was at the highest ever recorded?
Yes.
Because there was such a confidence in the world
government
economy
at the time. Yes.
Yes. When she came back.
What I want, I hope the caller is still listening. And what I want the caller to remember, I said to the caller that 2007, our debt to GDP went down to 113%. By the GLP crashed the economy, and we got it back in 2012. Debt to GDP went up to 145%.
JDIP borrowing and all of them borrowing there, yes.
Come take this nuts. When we lost in 2016, debt to GDP was 115%, and everything was set for Jamaica to
there was
grow.
A fiscal rule.
And
look here, you explained it to him.
That's why Andrew Holness, Michael Leachin, Ardley Shaw, the whole of them say, yes, this is good. We're going to grow it by 5%. And failed.
5 in 4.
5 in 4 people.
But look at this, Colin. When the JLP inherited the economy in 2016, after February 25th election.
Yes.
Yeah. In June, the PIOJ reported that agriculture grew by about 15 to 16% that year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know why? Because it was as a result of the policies that
Roger
Clark had implemented with the onion and the Irish potato replacements.
Yes.
So I want to tell people, don't, and look here, most of who know running in the PNP. Yeah, let me see, Mark Golding was at cabinet with Roger Clark. Also?
Yes.
Philip Paulwell was there. Damian was there. Wickham McNeil was there. Yeah. So you have a lot of these candidates who now are coming back, who would have served who saw growth, who know how to grow economy
boy.
because they were part of a cabinet
Ed
that
boy,
grew the economy.
I want to give that caller one piece of information. This is the first time in the history of Jamaica that a GLP government don't balloon the debt to GDP. This is the first time a GLP government has been able to bring down. I've seen the debt to GDP come down under GLP administration. Every other GLP,
Colin,
hold on, Ed boy. Every other GLP administration from Edward Siaga come right up
to Bruce Golding.
to Bruce Golding and Andrew Holness in that term. I've seen the debt to GDP increase. It is the first time that the GLP has been able to see a decrease under their watch of the debt to GDP. That is not an opinion. That is pure facts.
That's fact. But they must put respect to to why they're able to do it. They're able to do it because Dr. Peter Phillips and Portia Simpson Miller, when they inherited Jamaica in 2012, after them mash up the IMF agreement, and then go back and couldn't pass it, you know. Yeah? And the IMF are this way and it treat a certain way.
And lock
what
out.
did Peter Phillips What did Peter Phillips say? He says, never again will we be in a position. This should happen to Jamaica. So therefore, we must implement a rigorous program that reduces our debt to GDP ratio and has a fiscal policy in place that no administration, no matter what you think you be, could come in tomorrow morning and wreck it.
Definitely.
So the boundaries that have been set, so virtually it's like you play football. Yeah? Remember, you don't have the set piece right in the middle of the field. All Andrew Holness had to do was to aim for the goal.
Yeah. And he missed.
And he missed because
him say BS where you get this free kick, he has 5 times he has scoring at this. And he has not been able to score twice.
Colin, what has caused Andrew to miss? It's not that Andrew Holness has managed the economy bad, You know what has caused the GLP to be in the problem they're in?
Corruption.
Corruption.
Yeah, man.
If some of what was all of the corruption that has occurred in most of the ministries in Jamaica and different entities, if those funds were, for example, Cornwall Regional, out of the corruption of Cornwall Regional, we could have built about 3 or 5 to 6 brand new hospitals.
We could have easily built 4 hospitals out of Cornwal Regional money.
Yeah.
Proper. Yeah.
4 proper hospitals in these 3 counties and maybe an extra one in put. Yeah.
It's sad though.
3 of them in the. Yeah, but not only that, Colin. I hear buckle stop a vase. Yeah? Because me have to respond to him, Remember with this bus thing, Colin?
Yes.
Can we not let it go,
We can't let it go because
prison is in the bus.
Damian says $1.1 billion them rob. I am saying it's about. I am saying it's $750 million. But whichever way you want to put it, them broke with foot again.
But hear this now, Mrs. Action, yeah, she said that she don't want no ex-convict in East Portland. But hear this now, Isat is an ex-convict. Yes, he has owned it. But the man where they with might become a convict.
Hey boy,
yeah,
little more.
Okay, brother.
Say no more, my boss. All right. You see, when there? Why? I guess him learned so much from my show, him can't stop watching. Let me touch base with our brethren that called me earlier. Because this busting here, it's too blatant. Chris, what go on, brother?
I want to kind of go back to come forward a little. You know what the irony with what Siaga did with the CIA to undermine Manley is, after them ground the economy down to nothing, the same US government turned around who control the IMF and gave Jamaica some odious interest rate.
Yes.
Basically telling us here is a basket to carry water. At the same time, I remember they said you could not fund the schools and the hospitals or pay the teachers anymore.
Yes.
Okay, so this brother will come on and I run up his mouth. The modern foundation for Jamaica was set by Michael Manley through housing and education.
Yeah, you said,
Education is the foundation of any modern society. What is he talking about?
Michael Manley said, eat what you grow and grow what you eat, and you call that backward. That is relevant today, right now, as it was in the 70s.
Colin, if you look in the parliament of Jamaica and most doctors that is say 60 or 50 odd, it's because of Michael Manley, free education, that allowed them to go to the University of the West Indies and K-Ville and these other
including Andrew
campuses.
Because Andrew Wellness would be a bastard at it not for Michael Manley.
The reason why Singapore is a powerhouse, they have no natural resources. They have a world-class education system that allow them to build a technology-based economy. Without education, you cannot grow an economy.
And one of the things that Singapore
that is the problem with the labor right. They can only think about their bellies.
Singapore also stamped out corruption.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I am saying to all the labor rights, if you can come to me and show me where there has been no corruption aided and abetted by the government of the day in Jamaica, and you can explain to me and show me facts, not wolf, because the labor rights are wolves. Show me facts that the money has not been robbed from us. Show me facts that Royal Reed never thief no money. Show me facts that Cornwall Regional is not a robbery. Show me facts that this used bus is not a robbery. Show me facts that the used car is not a robbery. Show me facts that there was no robbery in the Mombasa grass. Show me facts that there was no robbery at Nessal. Show me facts that there was no robbery at Petrojam. Show me facts that Grace McLean never give the people them the $100 million, and when the Auditor General said if we get it back, the government sat aside and we never get it back. Show me facts that this $3 trillion that the proper accounting has not gone to the Auditor General for. Show me facts that the urban center out of St. Thomas is not a scam. Show me these facts. I make me understand.
Yes, and Colin, the constant attacking Mrs. Ellis to doing our job and trying to frustrate her to do our job because she points out these corrupt acts. There, in the history of Jamaica, there has never been a government as corrupt as the anti-oldness administration, and anybody can deny that is either corrupt themselves or a dunce.
Yeah, man, this is
straightforward.
The most corrupt administration Jamaica has ever seen. No other GLP or PNP administration have been this corrupt. This one is the worst that we have seen in this country.
And as Ed Boy said before I get off, as Ed Boy said, that is my biggest problem with Andrew Holness, the level of corruption that he has dragged Jamaica down to and want it to become normalized to be corrupt. And, he's a self-enricher, a grafter, a pathological liar, and a narcissist. Okay? I have no use for the man. The man is a liar.
Me neither.
Okay?
And a hypocrite.
All right, let's come on. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Major hypocrite. 876-804-7072. 305-654-7944. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show on Caribbean Radio HD. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. Good afternoon.
Wagwan, Sam.
Yeah. Mr. Bell.
Yes.
That gentleman talk about Michael Manley marriage food item. Government don't import. It was not importing any food in the country.
It was by the merchant.
Understand. It was a merchant.
I thought the same thing, but them don't understand why it
was a merchant who was most of POJ people, right? Who collude with the JP, with Edward Siaga. It was not government importing the food and marriage. If the food was imported by the merchant, which was the POJ. Second thing was answer to him. Out of old vehicle and new vehicle, which one carry the ICE insurance and less warranty?
Out of who?
Old vehicle and new vehicle, which one carry the ICE insurance and less warranty?
Well, I must the old vehicle you now get no warranty. And you see what a lot of people don't understand, Sam. If we had bought 100 brand new coasters, we would get 4 years free service and about 3 years warranty on the new coaster. And I am challenging anybody to show me a bus that come to Jamaica
insurance.
that perform better than the coaster. The coasters are the best bus we have had in this country. And I want to also remind them that 50% of the buses, the old buses that have been imported, are 33 seaters. And you can get 33 seaters coaster.
And 30 with that gentleman, he said sell ice cream to buy uniform gears. Right? Is he still doing that? No.
But people
So it
support
can't be a job.
people support that because of the sports thing. That's why people supported him. Do him understand that?
Yeah, but if there's a job, is he a do it now? It was a one-off thing that can be a job.
But look here, let me tell you something. A lot of people in Jamaica who are working right now cannot sustain themselves. So when they get paid, they cannot go back to work just based on that.
That's why our people food feeding ourselves is 55%.
55% food insecurity. Our people are working
because they can't afford it.
But there's also a percentage of underemployment. Maybe you don't understand that part either. You have a lot of people with degrees who are doing work less than what they are qualified for.
And the next thing that I'm talking about, JP go the economy. The fiscal policy that they got from the PMP, they could never do nothing to it. They must continue on the same platform, right? Come like the highway they must build.
But hold on.
They couldn't.
Last year, the Prime Minister did a program, said he was pivoting. If you are doing well, why do you need to pivot? Pivot is turning around, brother.
Right.
So if you're pivoting, and you see, Wally Paddy's labor rights not understanding the terminologies, not thinking critically, and that's why they can't see where they have been tricked and bamboozled and brainwashed.
Yeah. So, Mr. Bell, when you say that this is first time JP government don't run up the GDP because they can't, they were forced by policy with law put in place.
Yeah, man.
Between IMF and Jamaica.
To ensure that them can't crash it again.
Yeah. Right? You come like a road highway. Them have to do it. They can't say no, they don't have to.
All right, my brother, a little more.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Good evening. You're live on Caribbean Radio and on Portland Spice TV. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. This brother will come on and I talk about the PNP and Michael Manley.
Yeah.
The PNP has done so much, but what I realize, a lot of people can read by reading a book, but them can't analyze, them can't read between the lines. You give them a book to read, but them can't tell you what was just read. I don't know if you understand, but the reality is
they don't have the comprehension skills.
Exactly. The reality about the economy can't grow with just Andrew Holness alone. Andrew Holness' economy in them house can grow, but to grow the country, you have to have the citizens' participation in a sense where the citizens' lives have to become better. And by extension, they consume more, they pay more taxes, and by extension, the country grow through developing the citizens. So the reason why the country not growing is because no matter what Andrew Holness do, the people life are not getting better.
Yeah, man, the jobs, these jobs that we are talking about are low-wage jobs. So Jamaica is stuck in a low-tech, low-income, low-growth economy. And we have to do some things to change that. This government has not shown the capacity to change that. Even with the world economy in turmoil, they are believing that everything is all right. They lied to us that the country was not in a recession, tried to change the narrative, change the meaning of a recession so as to con the people of Jamaica. But time come.
And next thing, begging has become a new skill in Jamaica, where a lot of people are beggars. So when it look like when they check the employment thing, them check even beggars as being employed.
because a man out, if everywhere you pass, somebody I beg you in a Jamaica. And then you have Western Union, where if Western Union should have closed down, Jamaica's economy would collapse because a large amount of funds coming to Jamaica through Western Union will help to help a lot of people who that help to facilitate their income, to help them income. So somebody might have work minimum wage, but them have somebody send them a money from America, and a lot of people now work them get a little money from France, so that kind of help them, which not which don't show a true reflection of what the country is. I don't know if you understand what
they
I'm
have
saying.
to beg to subsidize the salary because the salary alone can't
Exactly.
carry them through. So they have to beg. And a
Exactly.
man abroad will prefer send you money if he knows so you try. So you take a job where you can't manage, but you try. So a man will say, all right, me help make you up. So the people of Jamaica, most of us are not earning a livable wage. Because let me show you an example, caller. Let me show you an example.
Yeah.
In 2015, sorry, a pound of chicken, you could have get a pound of chicken anywhere between $120 and $200, right?
Yeah.
Now a pound of chicken is between $300 and $450. So
Yeah.
that time your minimum wage used to be $6,500. The $6,500 then could have buy 43 pound of chicken at $150 a pound. Right now at $400 a pound, it can only buy 40 pounds. So,
I tell you something, in a 2006, because when the PNP come to power, it was like a revolution in housing. They don't want the house and start to build. What happened is that when I get up by a house in a Portmore in a 2006, I paid $3,250,000 for the house, a nice 3-bedroom house.
In 2003? 2006.
2006.
That same house now around about 30 million for it now.
The bank sent me some years ago so the insurance increased. Some say why the insurance increase? I'm saying, Mr. Those houses prices has gone up to 15 million, so we have to move up the insurance.
So
I'm just trying to show you that back then, what you could get a house during the PNP time. No, I remember I wouldn't consider myself as a middle class. I'm not a middle class person. I'm just an ordinary tradesman. I mean, if you understand. So today, for somebody to buy a house, no, an ordinary person like me, I couldn't do it because there's no house building for my income. And then on top of that, when less house build, the price of house go up.
Yes.
It becomes scarce. Rent price go up. Because I know can afford rent out a 1-bedroom in Portmore for $50,000 a month. It's a 1-bedroom.
All right, caller, we're going to talk again. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Good evening.
Good evening, Colin.
Hold on, Junior. Hold the line. Don't move. Megawatt in the chat room says, Colin, how can you determine the employment of the population if the population census have not been completed? That's a question that them can't answer. Them can't answer that question, Megawatt. And over in the chat room on Caribbean Radio, Nicola Marvin says all the food was in the country, but the merchants themselves get paid to hide the food because after the election and the GLP-1, everything was out. That's for the brethren whenever understand why the food was married in Jamaica back then. Junior.
Yeah, good. How you do?
Talk to me.
How for white fowl you eat?
Why? I don't know, Junior.
So I wanted to come on Sunday, and I had some issues. So I said, all right, but just hope everything will run good. And I say, we don't know you, but we'll try to meet you when we come. That's what I'm planning, you know.
To come at the Jerk Festival.
Yeah, work out. So on my side, I have a little issue.
Yes.
When me hear you talk in a week now, I say, hold on. I really say I'm a bad man and corrupt.
Talk to me.
Because no care how you corrupt and say you are gonna make a money. the amount of people who are in the prize. Eh?
Talk to me,
But,
Junior.
well, I mean, you know, me I just say to myself, that brother, now don't hard night chest, you know.
Listen,
And the show.
and them a
In
walk around and
cold.
call people bad mind. Imagine that. They are the ones walking around saying that other people are bad mind.
Yeah, but he picture me a bad man, corrupt.
Junior, you hear about me tell you did hear when me tell you about my garbage truck or the man that stop
Yeah,
the garbage truck
man,
from
hear
work?
about that too.
Man, them stop me garbage truck from work. God, the man, them say my kids them not for go to school, my kids them not for eat.
But Colin, be reasonable, right? If you invest in a truck, the amount of garbage you have to move is going to be less of a health issue, you know. They may look on the side effects of what they might do, you know.
Then you know, you say when me go down at Ochi and meet with the lady and tell the lady say me have a compactor truck, the lady was excited because they needed trucks. Because it was a research that I did that said Portland needs 7 garbage trucks to move the garbage. At the time, we only had 2 old Isuzu or 10-wheeler we pop down every minute. So me I say, yeah, all right, boom, go get the truck, everything up, my business up, all my documents come. Is a tax-paying man in this country. Me get my regular tax compliance certificate. I had that when I went down there, and me get the job. The truck started the 1st of April. And at the 31st, the last day of April was the last day of the truck work. I had to sell it.
Well, you're off. I tell you something, though, you know. It's when you're born and going to Jamaica and you have a certain name, although you're not bright, you know, you're lucky, you know.
Yeah.
It's when your father have money, you can do anything what you want to.
Yeah.
Because the boy didn't have no brain, you know.
No, not at all. No vision.
And the only reason why he may go to good school is because his father when have the money could have sent him go to school, you know. So
But-
me and you, daddy, we have them type of one there. What kind of education would I get my youth?
Can I tell you? Can I tell you, Junior? Lord have mercy. Ugh.
The other thing what me want to talk about, me hear somebody called earlier and I talk about 16% poverty in our country when film friend take over Jamaica.
Yeah.
Him they realize they were 9%.
In 2007.
Yeah.
In 2007, poverty was 9%. I never remember to tell him that. And it's Bruce Golding and Andrew Holness carried up to 16%.
The other thing too, sometimes you know you have to be you better than me, because you're more sympathetic to fool and need be, you know. Because I was around when Siaga went forward the sale of bauxite on the world market and forward the sale of sugar on the world market. You remember?
Yes, I remember. But you realize the man them take forward earnings off of Montego Bay Airport now. 60 billion.
The same, and then the off of Kingston Airport last year.
It was Kingston first, and then give us some of the money. And now them take it off of Montego Bay again. And I tell people constantly that what the GLP have done is party with the rent money, party with the little profit that they saw, throw it away instead of investing the profit into agriculture, into the culture and the creative industry. Invest the profit into renewable energy and into global logistics so that we can grow the economy. They squander the money, give away 20,000 if you go buy Roma here and nails.
I will remind them to you, Colin, about another bad mind with the taxes. Remember, Siaga told the business people not to pay any taxes in the last couple of years that PMP in the 80s. You remember that one?
In the 80s or the 90s?
No, in the 80s. When Siaga was against Michael, and told the business people from the PSOJ not to pay any taxes.
The PNP wasn't in power in the 80s. It was Siaga.
Sorry, 70s. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Right. So when we were in power in the latter part of the 70s, let me be correct now. Sorry. I'm now chronologically correct. When we were in power in the 70s, the latter part of that regime, Siaga told the business people not to pay any taxes. And when he came to power in 80, the first thing they did was to create what they call the back tax axe. You remember that one?
Yes, I remember that. I remember that term, the back tax axe. Yes, yes.
Thank you. So it's who bad mind.
And that's why I tell people, you know, I could never join the GLP because they were ready to mash up Jamaica so as to get to lead Jamaica, to rule Jamaica. Because
We had
Andrew
what,
Holness is a
7 years?
ruler, you know. He's not a leader. Andrew Holness is a ruler. That's what he's trying to become, a ruler, not a leader.
Andrew Holness is just a power-hungry maniac, you know.
But hold on, you know, hear somebody take up your career, I call him craving here too. But
Yeah,
you sound
man,
like, Junior, you sound like the man them listen to religiously, you know.
Yeah,
Because
man,
I hear your term the craving here on stage, and I hear my 100 coaster bus on stage. Tell her.
Yeah, man.
It's school over here,
They
man.
were listening to it.
University.
They were listening to it, man.
They're listening, Junior.
Which is good.
Yes, of course. We appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, brother.
Anyway,
we talk again.
We have to link up.
Yes, man. Tomorrow
yeah,
evening
man,
we
cool.
link up
Take
again.
it easy.
Yes, man.
Cool.
You're listening to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio HD. Yeah, man, all over the internet. Bro Gary Radio at zenofm.net. We are on Alexa, the Alexa app. Yes, we are there as well. And we are on Portland Spice TV at YouTube. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and click the notification bell to ensure that whenever we are on, you're on. So Saturday morning, I gave a proper lecture of the Jerk Festival. $60 million taken out of the Portland economy because the Jerk Festival never happened the way you knew it. We had a little thing because we're keeping the name going. So we had a little thing. The Mansion Hill Dance Group was there. Turbo Plastic was there. But there was no advertisement, no official Jerk Festival. We never have the 12 stalls, people jerking different things that we normally have. We never have the 3 bars. Boston was not up and about the way it used to be. Hence, the economy of Portland lost $60 million. An average 10,000 people come to Portland for the Jerk Festival. That never happened the weekend of the 13th. So the people lost a lot of money. Hairdressers, barbers, stylists, people who sell clothes, the supermarkets, people who raise chicken, people who raise pig. All of those people, the health department would normally get about 50,000. The police would normally get like 450,000. The fire department would normally get a piece of cheese. The parish council would normally get a piece of cheese. The man who do the tent would get a piece of cheese. We employ electrician. Would get a piece of cheese. We employ plumber. Would get a piece of cheese. My staff on Jerk Festival Day is between 40 and 50 people. Would normally work for me alone. And we employ carpenter, we rent counters. Each vendor would have like 6 people at work for them. So 12 times 6 is what that again? 72. So we are talking about over 150 people did not get the normal work. And when I employ people on Jerk Festival Day, it's $7,000 a day I pay them. The smallest person get $7,000. There are people who get more than that. So when we talk about $60 million taken out of the economy because of bad mind, we're not going back on that and we're not put water in our mouth and grow and talk. Because that's the minimum amount of the money where we are talking about, you know. We're not talking about the 30-odd people them we are sell on the roadside. We're not talking about the people that come from St. Elizabeth come sell shrimp. We're not talking about the people that come from Kingston come sell toys. Although they give me so much problem, I miss them this year. But I know them miss me to them come sell cheer them. The clown them come without invitation. The people that will normally have the rides for the kids. The candy man. It's crazy amount of people. I mean, the Saturday night before a Jerk Festival, Port Antonio don't lock till morning. It's like Christmas, like Grand Market before Jerk Festival. And you come here with your greedy self, craving here too. But God are God. Jesus Christ alone is God. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show on Caribbean Radio HD. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Colin.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, blessings. May I say it's very important. Me is not a speaker, but me can write anything in the English language and write it properly and something. But what
Yeah.
me I say, the people them who in the politics, it's very, very important. What me see I explain, it's very, very important to know mathematics. You understand? Because it's all about calculation and miscalculation. And have to understand the whole matrix or everything. You understand? So if
Yes.
you there in a government and imagine you don't know mathematics, then it's like you come the create a confusion. You
Definitely.
get what I mean?
Definitely. And mathematics is what gives you critical thinking.
Yeah, because you have to know option. You are gonna know, you understand, you know the whole what
And,
they call it, the projection.
and you have
You
to
say
know
you don't know set.
formulas.
Right, were very important because formula and procedure are it you're going to use to get the result. Yes, so you have to know the whole direction with the formula. So if you not understand all of them things there, as what we say, the whole science. If you not understand economics to with like human capital and if you don't know what to make a country grow, so these people definitely you have to rescue. We have to rescue the country from them as quick as
Yeah, man,
possible
and
because
that's why this is Mission Rescue Jamaica. We have to rescue Jamaica.
Because look panel even the education sector. As what we say, you may see the problem where you have and most people have. With them say we can't disrespect people, so I know every labor right done. But all of the dons are over there for them go. Them a labor right. Yeah? So them don't know history. Them don't know no subject. You can't say it's like make sense you explain nothing to them. Somebody did give them something to eat, and it's like you can't reason with them or not. There's somebody will give them the something to eat or give them the grocery or the liquor money, the liquor handout. I just this of them loyalty there. Them no want hear no reasoning or nothing. So make sense you explain or reason nothing with them.
Yeah.
Yes, so if them say third term I just that. So me I
Yeah,
say if
they are just followers and follow back because look on the bus system, my brother. Look at the bus system, how simple that is. 110 old bus, used bus. When you go on the internet, if you Google it, you see where the bus them are sell for. And the man them tell we say 110 of them bus they cost with $1.4 billion. And you believe
no,
that?
but as I say, most time when the prime minister and most member in a government attack, it seems to be the people them were deficient in a understanding where not so bright are them people that them attack to. I can't we will understand where it's like when you play with some liquor, you have like a some liquor pitney you fool up.
Yeah.
I can't we attack. You can't disrespect with intelligence.
Yeah, it's like you're
Yeah,
right.
disrespect.
Like you're full of some little picnic.
Yeah,
And
disrespect your phone.
and
Yeah,
I tell them
disrespect your phone.
and I tell
When
them
are
say
the people them
them
and
brother with them mother just have coming up package from market.
yeah, disrespect your phone where the people them a Google everything pan and a ask Siri everything. You understand? So how you have to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said boss them they are England for £3,000, 600,000 were right handed and whatsoever and something. So it's one bag of foolishness. So the more them explain things and the more them make themselves look stupid. The more them cut ribbon and say them are gonna do this now, the more show you how wicked they are or cruel they are for sure you say they could have done some little bit of what they are trying to do now
But
over the
remember,
years.
remember Ralston and I myself been saying to the people that things can be better. The man them had angle economy bad. Them are pay off the debt faster and allow the things them for run down. For 8 years, them not touch no road, them allow the road them for
Yeah,
deteriorate.
because one at a time, I never understand what Portia Simpson mean when she say we are balance the book and we are still a balance the people them life.
Yeah.
Long after me understand say if you couldn't have one money, you couldn't run good on and just go pay your debt. But remember, say pitney their yard for eat and something, so you can only have to give them half of the money and say next week and buy little grocery this week,
So
and then next week you can get the next half.
So you
and
pay
so
where you
forth, so
need to
fifth.
pay. You know, pay more than what you need to pay. You pay what you need to pay on the loan, and you balance people's lives with the rest of money. But
Yeah,
Nigel
because
Clark,
if you don't live this week, if you don't live this week, you can't pay the rest next week.
Nigel Clark was on a trajectory to get a job with IMF. So Nigel Clark wanted to please the IMF and wanted to show a good look that I can pay debt and I can ensure that our lenders get them money. And him get him job and him gone left we in a dilemma now.
Yeah, because Nigel Clark is a man who can't even tell lie properly neither. And maybe him know him have the finance, so him see the situation